Okay, so today we're diving into some, let's call it unconventional stuff.
Definitely unconventional.
Yeah, we've got this material you shared from the Qi Life store, and it all revolves around this Qi Coil technology. But the thing is, they pronounce it Qi Coil.
Gee, huh?
Yep, Qi. And honestly, some of the claims they're making are, well, they're pretty wild.
Oh, yeah, I took a look at this stuff. Lots of talk about quantum energy and frequencies and how those can, heal your body and all sorts of things.
Exactly. So we're going to try to unpack this, see what they're actually saying, what kind of science they're using, and maybe raise some eyebrows along the way.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, so first things first, what exactly are these Qi coils supposed to do?
Well, according to the Qi Life store, and we're talking about everything from their product descriptions to customer testimonials, all that they claim these Qi coils can tap into this quantum energy field.
Okay, a quantum energy field.
Right. And from there, they say it can do all sorts of things. Like, for example, they claim these coils can convert sound frequencies into magnetic energy.
Into magnetic energy.
Yeah. And they say this magnetic energy can then recharge your cells.
Recharge your cells. Interesting. So they're basically saying these Qi coils are like little power stations for your body.
That's kind of the idea they're putting forward.
But what does recharging your cells actually translate to? What kind of benefits are they talking about?
Oh, they've got a whole laundry list of potential benefits. Better sleep, more energy, mood boost, faster healing.
Hold on, hold on. They're saying these things can actually make you heal faster.
That's what they're claiming. In fact, there's this testimonial from a woman named Vanessa Gutierrez. She talks about being in several accidents and having metal implants.
Ouch.
Yeah, and she says the Qi coil has been a game changer for her pain. Claims she noticed a difference in just a few weeks.
Hmm. That's pretty impressive if it's true. What else is on this list of miracle cures?
Well, cure might be a strong word, but they also mention things like removing toxins from your body and even promoting longevity.
Longevity, huh?
Hmm.
So they're basically saying these Qi coils can help you live longer.
That's the suggestion, yeah. And it doesn't stop there. There's this Dr. Thomas Brewer, they quote him a lot, and he talks about how Qi coils could potentially help with all sorts of things. Normalizing blood sugar levels for diabetics, reducing skin cancer irritations, even helping with pet health.
Pet health.
Yeah, he specifically mentions this case study with a dog that had bladder cancer.
Wow, so they're really covering all their bases here.
It seems that way. And, it's not just physical stuff either. There's this whole thing about attracting abundance.
Abundance.
Yeah. Like money. Exactly.
Yeah.
They tell this story about an IT company that closed 2 huge deals after the owner started using this abundance plus frequency from Qi Life.
An abundance plus frequency. Seriously.
Yep. And the guy swears by it now, says it was the best investment he ever made.
Okay, so we've got physical healing, longevity, attracting wealth. Is there anything these Qi coils can't do?
Well, based on the material you shared, it seems like they also claim to improve general well-being. More energy, better relaxation, better sleep quality, all that good stuff.
Right, right. Dr. Brewer, the guy they keep quoting, calls it a genuine game changer for your overall well-being.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got a pretty good picture of what they're claiming these Qi coils can do. But what about the how? What kind of science are they using to back this up?
Well, they throw around a few terms. PEMF, for one.
PEMF, that's pulsed electromagnetic field therapy, right?
It's it. It's a real thing, actually. They use electromagnetic fields to try and stimulate healing in the body.
So they're saying these Qi coils are like a form of PEMF therapy.
That's what it seems like, yeah. But then they also bring in this whole quantum frequencies thing.
Quantum frequencies.
Yeah, and they don't really go into detail about what that actually means in this context. But they seem to be suggesting that these quantum frequencies are key to how the technology works.
I'm not sure I'm buying it. I mean, quantum usually refers to things on a really tiny scale, like atoms and subatomic particles. I'm not sure how that translates to healing your body or attracting wealth.
Right, and to be fair, the idea of using quantum frequencies for these kinds of things isn't exactly mainstream science.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And then there's another term they throw in there, scalar energy.
Scalar energy, what's that?
Well, it's supposed to be this non-electromagnetic form of energy with all these special properties that can, interact with your body and do all sorts of wonderful things.
But is it a real thing?
That's the thing. A lot of scientists say there's no actual evidence for scalar energy.
So basically, they're using a bunch of scientific-sounding terms to try and make their claims sound more legitimate.
It's a common tactic, unfortunately.
Okay, so let's say, for the sake of argument, that these quantum frequencies and scalar energy things are real. How do they actually explain how these Qi coils work?
Well, they say that you listen to these soothing frequencies, and the Qi coils somehow convert those sound frequencies into magnetic energy.
Okay.
And that magnetic energy is what they say works on your cells to produce all those benefits we talked about.
It all sounds a bit too good to be true, doesn't it?
It definitely raises a lot of questions.
Okay, so what kinds of products are they actually selling based on this technology?
Well, they've got a whole range of products. There's this Qi Coil mini system, which they market as a portable RAF and PEMF therapy device.
RAF therapy, isn't that another one of those controversial alternative medicine things?
It is. The idea is that you use specific electrical frequencies to target pathogens.
Pathogens like bacteria and viruses.
Exactly. But again, the scientific evidence for IFE therapy is pretty thin.
Figures. What else do they have?
Well, then there's the Qi Coil Max Tetrascaler, which they call the ultimate frequency experience.
The ultimate frequency experience. Wow.
Yeah, and then there's the Qi Resonance, which is like a whole home PEMF system. They even have a vibrosound bed that uses this technology.
A vibro sound bed. That sounds intense.
And of course, there's the Qi Coil Aura, which is supposed to protect your whole home from harmful EMF radiation.
So they've got something for everyone, it seems.
That's the idea, yeah.
And they've got this whole ecosystem built around it too, right? Like specific sound frequencies you can listen to.
Right. They've got these Qi tones, sound therapy tracks, and then there's this QiEnergy.ai platform, which seems to be some kind of digital thing. They even have a brain tap headset, which I guess is supposed to work with your brainwave.
So they're really going all in on this.
Absolutely.
And they've got a lot of big names backing them too, right?
Oh, yeah. They've got a whole slew of testimonials from some pretty well-known people.
Like who?
Well, there's Dr. Joe Vitale. He was in The Secret movie. He claims he got remarkable results from using their products in less than 24 hours.
24 hours. That's a pretty quick turnaround.
Right. And then there's Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank. He calls David Wong's Qi coils a game changer, says the innovation is unmatched.
Wow, high praise indeed.
And Dr. Fad Mancini, he's a chiropractor and a former president of Parker Chiropractic University. He says it's one of the best wellness tools he uses every day.
So they've got doctors, entrepreneurs, self-help gurus.
And it goes on. They've got testimonials from Barry Morgellon, Vishen Lakhiani from Mind Valley, the brain guy, Jim Quick, Dr. Patrick Porter from BrainTap.
Okay, I get it. They've got a lot of people singing their praises.
They do. Oh, and there are even more doctors on the list. Dr. Hari Khalsa, Dr. Amin Javid, Dr. Joy Kong, Dr. Jason Chiriano, Dr. Isaac Jones, Dr. Alan Bauman, Dr. Jeffrey R. Gladden, even the motivational speaker Les Brown.
Okay, so they've got a lot of endorsements.
Yeah.
But let's be real, testimonials aren't exactly scientific evidence.
Exactly. And that's an important point to make, especially when you're dealing with health claims like this.
Yeah, people's experiences can be very subjective.
Absolutely.
Now, before we wrap this up, we should probably clarify that whole pronunciation thing again.
Right, the Qi thing.
Yeah, just to be clear, they are very insistent that it's pronounced Qi, like cheese, without the Z sound. So, Qi Coil, Qi Resonance, Qi Life, and so on.
Good point. We
Okay.
want to make sure we're using the correct terminology.
Exactly. And speaking of being accurate, we should probably mention the disclaimer the Qi Life store puts on all their stuff.
Oh, definitely. It's a pretty important disclaimer.
So they basically say that the FDA hasn't evaluated any of their claims,
Yep.
and they're very clear that their products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Right. It's all just for general informational purposes, according to them.
And they strongly recommend that anyone considering using their products should consult with a healthcare professional first.
Which is always good advice when it comes to anything that could potentially impact your health.
Absolutely.
They also point out that results may vary. And just because someone else had a positive experience, that doesn't mean you will.
And of course, by using their products, you're agreeing to release them from any liability.
Which is pretty standard for these kinds of things, but still worth noting.
All right, so to sum up, we've got these Qi coils, which they claim can do all sorts of amazing things, from healing your body to attracting wealth. They use a lot of scientific-sounding terms to explain how it works, but a lot of it's pretty questionable.
Exactly.
They've got a whole range of products, a bunch of testimonials from big names, and a big disclaimer saying they're not responsible for anything that happens if you use their stuff.
It's a lot to take in, that's for sure.
So ultimately, it's up to you, the listener, to decide what you make of all this.
To weigh the claims against the evidence, or lack thereof.
And to think critically about the potential role of these kinds of alternative therapies in your own life.
Absolutely.
So here's something to consider. Given all the hype around quantum energy and the testimonials from all these different people, what questions does this raise for you? And where would you go to find more information and really dig into this topic?
It's definitely worth exploring further.